We're back from the dead, we're like third-party cookies. We've never left. Whole new group of faces who consent to the measurement. I came to measure something, it's time for MeasureSummit. Hey there, Lace, I can see your database. Activating BigQuery in the marketplace. Tell your mama it's time now to listen to Alana. She'll be spinning gold, turning data into dollars. Next up, Brian Clifton takes the floor, spitting out Rex if you can't send GA4. Two big brains are better than just one. Cresweer and Juliana are here to have some fun. Danger, danger, watch out for that pixel. Nitish will explain to us how it can be fickle. Better or vicious, delicious. Been on my wish list, teaching me some GTM with JavaScript-ish.
MeasureSummit, where we talk about data all day. Cause I'm at MeasureSummit. Now I wanna hear you say MeasureSummit.
Simo is back with a server-side snack. Consolidating data streams is where it's at. Farina, I see ya. You bring a deck for me? I doubt it, but I'm here for your customer journey. What's that? It's a systematic attack. You gotta help me, Eric, get my useful data back. Need some GA4? Axe through the door. Here's Wadi to show you how and what to use it for. My dash looks like crack. It's all over the map. Magic Man Kanani, what tricks are in your hat? Fast track, I'm shook. I don't know where to look. Can someone quickly streamline a call with Sarah Crook? Jody, it was hard to find you with all that privacy. Bring your spicy insights, what will they be? So much learning, I need a mix of drink. Playa, hey Dana, tell me, can I blend that with my data? It's time to leave, I'm gonna have to go now. Before I do, I wanna kindly show ya straight from the future. Don't miss this jam-packed hour. AI Analytics with Josh Silverman.
MeasureSummit, where we talk about data all day. Cause I'm at MeasureSummit. Now I wanna hear you say MeasureSummit.
All right.
Way to jam! Yes! This is how we start day 2. Thank you again, Josh, for that.
I just noticed that my thing is a little bit... There's the sun. All right.
There we go. Now he's out of the shadows.
All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome to another day of MeasureSummit 2024. Another day. It will be the second last day or the second day from the beginning. So yeah, we are at the middle here, and we have some great sessions for you today, as well as still some great sessions from last day, right? You can still watch them.
Absolutely. Yeah, we've had, now remember also all the main stage, Yusuf I think was asking around where to find sessions in your links up top. So you're going to see them over there. You see the main stage. That's where all the main stage speakers are. We obviously unlock those throughout the days, right? On the live stream. So once they are live streamed, that session is unlocked. So all of day 1, those sessions, and you can also see it in the schedule. So you can click on the schedule icon, which again is over on the chat. If you're watching the chat room now, you click right above it. You'll see a little calendar icon. Click on that. That'll show you the schedule. You can click directly to the person's session from day 1. So all of those will be unlocked for a full 24 hours. We want everyone around the world to be able to watch that as often as it could during that time. And then we'll start locking them down later today, at which point they'll be available just for the all access pass holders. So if you don't yet have your all access pass, it's another reason to potentially look at it if you wanted to keep one of those sessions or keep access to it. We also have second stage that are up there. So again, up in your links, the second stage, all of those are currently unlocked. We're going to keep all of those because there's over 40 of them that are going to be there for the entire Measure Summit event. So for 72 solid hours, go through there and find everything. And that's because, again, not every single one of these should be relevant to you because some of them are pretty nichey, but they are relevant. Some of these are absolutely relevant to what you're looking for. So if you're into AI, you're going to find some great AI talks trying to get caught up on what's going there in the world of data and measurement. If you're looking for privacy, there's privacy talks back there. If you're looking for specific tools like BigQuery, those are back there. There's lots of stuff that's back there for you to check out on the session state or the second stage, the on demand, and they're all sitting there waiting for you. So again, they won't be part of the live stream, but you all have access to them right now. If you're watching this, you've got access to them.
Right, and yeah, just you can see here how it looks like. There's a session by JJ Reynolds, who is also a returning speaker here at Measure Summit, was on the main stage last time, so probably you've taken away lots of things from him. And he has a great new talk about 5xing your time to action using a framework for taking action on data, which is, I think, at the heart of all the problems that I see with analytics when it comes to gathering data and then not making anything out of it. That's a big problem that he solves, his framework, how to solve this with data. So check out his session. And up here you also find a little feedback survey. So if you watch the session, we'd love to hear from you and give the speaker some feedback. So it's a few questions to go through and let them know if you liked what you have seen.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and again, there are 40 sessions back here, so really a lot to see in the next few days and hours ahead. But the action right now happens here on the live stream tab. So if you see us right here, it shouldn't start playing, then you are on the right place. We will be streaming live to you 5 exciting sessions today, which will be then discussed in the chat, which is half of the fun being here live. So keep an eye on the chat here, and we are going to pull up the chat right now and see what people are saying right now already.
And also, I just put in there, by the way, the live attendee survey. So anybody that's here live, watching the attendees survey, if you're watching the recording, so not just live, but if you're attending Measure Summit, if you go to MeasureSummit.com/live, it'll go to the survey for this year, and then we're going to debut that tomorrow. So we're going to cover all the stuff that everybody talked about as we go through. Just wanted to give everybody plenty of time to get through the next couple of days, so be sure to do that. And then we've got Ukraine. Alina's here. Welcome, Vladimir. We've got Venia in the house. I'm also curious, what was your one, like, what was somebody's session, like, what really stood out to you, whether it was a main stage session or a second stage session? I'm always curious to kind of, from the chat room's perspective, like, what was the thing where you're like, oh, I'm still thinking about when they were talking about this, like, this was really cool. Because there's definitely those I know that I've gone through some of those.
What was your highlight yesterday, Mercer, from the sessions that we saw?
For mine, when I went through, so I'm trying to hang on. I want to make sure that because I've seen all the sessions, and I want to make sure I don't call out somebody else's. So I'm going to get my list. For me, it was because I haven't had direct experience with Adobe and CJA. It was that for me. I liked Charles's stuff where he was saying, here's what this platform's doing. Here's where it's this weird little hybrid platform. It's an analytics platform, but it's not an analytics platform. It's like Looker Studio, but it's not like Looker Studio. It's this weird little thing in the middle where you can do a lot of data transformation. You can import data a whole lot easier than you can with other tools. And so I saw that, and I kept thinking, there's going to be more platforms like this. Like, that's what people are going to start creating, are these little middle ground platforms. So for me, I'm a big trends and patterns guy, and kind of where the sort of meta patterns are going. And I saw that as a really good thing that I think is going to get a lot of attention. It's pricey, so it's not going to be something that everybody can take advantage of, but it's something that everybody kind of needs. So I'm seeing that as a market segment. Those of you that maybe have got some SaaS skills, that could be a really good one. So I thought that was pretty good.
Yeah, I think that's an interesting,
we got a bunch more in chat.
Definitely interesting insight. We have a session today from Brian Clifton at the end here about GA4 alternatives. And the thing that really that I found interesting talking to him was that the the power vacuum that is kind of there now with GA4, because not a lot of people wanted to switch away from GA4, kind of opens up the whole market to have new and interesting tools in there, and which is really interesting to see other tools as well in that realm. So Adobe Analytics is definitely one of those, and there are many different others which Brian will have in his session today. For me, the highlight yesterday was, well, there was a lot of actionable stuff definitely in Julius' session, if you're familiar with JavaScript. And I really, when I was watching his session back, I was thinking, this is why I got so excited about GTM at the beginning. It's like with JavaScript, it opens up so many different doors that you can go through and use the tool with your creativity. So that was the session for me where I'm like, said, this really gave me something back that a little bit of a feeling, that a little bit of a tinkling that I didn't have for a long time for GTM. So that was great.
Got the chat room popping up. So Alex was talking about, he's like the main stage. Didn't get the second stage yet, and seeing Adobe Analytics for the first time. So right there with you, Alex. Pat also with looking for Rena for the win. Big Omniture guy. I haven't used it since I bought it by Adobe. Alina was for Sarah. I thought Sarah's was also really good. That was another one. Because there was so many different parts and pieces kind of coming together and thinking about how do we make this easier the next time we have to do it. So you're literally planning for scale by templatizing and automating as much as you can and all that fun stuff. I thought that was really cool. And she had some really cool hacks, like, Data Studio parameters. I used to do that back in the Universal Analytics days. It was like, we just adjust the parameters and that automatically adjusts what displays, and it's easier to do it like that. And it just didn't think about it with Looker Studio all that much. I know it's been sitting there, but that was really cool. And then, who was one that we just saw? Somebody was just saying they were being convinced to use JavaScript to get a tag manager. Take a look at it.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Well, this is it for now, I think. So it's going to be interesting, but we have a lot of cool sessions coming up. So let's just take a look at the agenda for today. Day 2 is up and running already. We are right now at the pre-show, and let me just figure this one out. And today we have a great session starting out with Dana Di Tommaso. Will it blend? If you know that reference from the old YouTube videos. I think it was the first viral YouTube video or so where people really that company. I don't know.
It was back in the day. It was, I forget. So there you go with
it?
a viral video with nobody remembers the company that did it.
Yeah.
I just remember it was a blender company.
Yeah. It was a blender company, and they blended iPhones, right? Or the big hit was the iPhone.
Started with iPhones.
And it was dust afterwards. And I was just so amazing. And that was used up and down. I think I was in university back then, and was up and down saying if you want to do a social media right, you need to have something like Will It Blend. So anyways, Dana will be talking about Looker Studio and Will It Blend. So there are always methods to level up your reporting using Looker Studio. And I think it will be about blending. Is that right?
Definitely around data blending. Yep. She's going in and she's showing you how she set up the certain blends and some things to look out for when you're blending two different data sources. I want to give any spoiler alerts out for her session and other things you can blend that may not be two different data sources. So coming together and kind of showing, here's how you do it, here's how you join it, here's what it looks like, here's why you do it like this, here's some common errors you're going to see that can be frustrating if you don't know what to look out for, and so she did a lot of that, which was awesome. So I thought that was really good.
Mercer, do I not hear you? Or all right. So Dana,
it was just you.
Session,
it was just you.
Dana is really of the fame of many different outlets, but lately I've seen her also on these what's it called? Whiteboard Fridays by Moz, explaining data analytics and so on. But she also does her own courses over at Kickpoint.
Over at Kickpoint, yep.
And
she teaches at University of Alberta. She teaches analytics as well. So yeah, she's definitely she's very comfortable with this stuff and uses it all the time.
All right. Then the next session will be from Lacey Rogers, PMG. A funny story around that. Some people might know Rocket Mill, which was just apparently just bought 1 month.
Like literally happened right before MeasureSummit. So we're switching over, logos and congratulations, by the way, on the purchase. That was cool.
And she is going to talk about BigQuery and how you can unleash the power of BigQuery to activate your marketing data and improve performance. It's really an interesting deep dive on BigQuery from, I would say, beginner perspective until advanced even. So I like how in her session it really goes into not only showing how you can utilize this, but then also how you would utilize it as a professional with bigger clients and set it all up, and how you can really gain efficiency in using the tool of BigQuery when you are using it in a professional environment. So that was really interesting for me to see, and definitely something to look forward to. So this is the second session today. And then we have Josh, the one and only. We haven't really talked about the video that you saw at the beginning here. This was produced by Josh Silverbauer, who will be talking today about AI, and this will be our AI-focused talk. Do we have another AI-focused talk? I don't think so, right?
There's in second stage. There's a lot of AI stuff. So go into session stage. Just search for Control F is probably a good way to search for it. And you can kind of just search for anything that contains AI.
Yeah.
Probably AI space. But there's a ton back there. And I also wanted to mention too, regarding the PMG, there's another speaker from PMG, which is Neil. He's also in second stage. So he's working with Lacey as well as with her. And so engaging audiences, driving action through data storytelling is his talk. So 2 from PMG today you've got access to.
Check that out.
And then somebody was put in the chat room that it was Vitamix blenders. I think that was the case.
Vitamix.
I think it was Vitamix.
Oh my god.
Yeah, because if it can do that to an iPhone, it can definitely do your green smoothie. I think was the point back in the day.
What is Vitamix blenders?
I think it was Vitamix. Yeah, that's
right.
a good call. Somebody else can find, I'm sure, some retro YouTube video that are showing all those iPhones being destroyed, amongst other things, back in the day when they did that. And then we've got, of course, Sivash. Some of you may have known with Ahmad Kanani. Ahmad's another name. Obviously, he goes by, but Siavash is actually what everybody calls him. It's just sort of his nickname. So I get it as a guy that goes by his last name. Everyone calls me Mercer for the same reason. What I really liked about this one is not going to be like here's how to do everything, because there's some complication to it. Let's just face facts there. But it's to see what is possible and the different tricks that you can do with Looker Studio that he's showing us, and you go, I didn't even realize I could do that. It reminds me about when he did the one, I want to say it was 2 years ago, it may have been last year, but I think it was the year before that, where he showed how you can make Looker Studio kind of look like SaaS, where it was all full screen and had all the buttons and bells and whistles on it. You couldn't even tell it was Looker Studio. And it was just the way he was doing the code and everything. He showed how to do all of that. This is similar to that, where it's like, here's some cool stuff you can do that if you didn't know it was Looker Studio, you'd be like, there's no way that's Looker Studio. You can't do that with Looker Studio. And yet he's doing it in front of you, with no net.
Magic.
Which you will see. Yeah, like magic. It really is. It's super cool. So that's like an awareness play. And like I said, with Josh's, with the AI, I want to just go back to that one previously. It was like, he's got so many tools that Josh put on with the AI, all those different tools that he's using. Here's how to use them. Here's some examples of stuff. It was awesome. So I would absolutely have the crowdsourced notes ready for that one to chat that. I can imagine there's going to be a ton with there. And again, MeasureSummit.com/notes for those that want to get into the crowdsourced class notes.
And we're going to top it off with Brian Clifton. If you don't know this name, you haven't been in the analytics industry too long, because he's really one of the grandfathers building up GA or the GA team here in Europe back in the day when it first came out. And Google didn't have any employees really working on GA. And he kind of made that tool popular in Europe, at least. And he left Google, built up his own consultancy, and started teaching and so on. So you can find him at Verified Data, but many different other institutions as well. And he is going to actually talk about alternatives to GA4. And it's not going to be a feature comparison, but really from a meta perspective of like, why would you think about other alternatives, and what are the important points there? So I really liked about his presentation that he really dove not only into the do you have, I don't know, segments in this tool or not. It was really about why would you leave GA4 behind? And I even at the end asked him the question, why would you recommend still GA4? So look out for that one as well. So that will be our second day here at Measure Summit, and you will be able to see them in order. We'll start out with Dana and then go through over the next few hours, and Brian will be coming at the end here. Nonetheless, we already wanted to quickly, this is day 3, I think, just point out all the all-day sessions that you can see. There are a lot to go through here. So we have, for example, Dennis from Stape, one of our sponsors, who's going to talk about POAS-based tracking for Google Ads and Google Analytics using server-side GTM. POAS is it a platform as a service? OS? Somebody probably, or is it profit?
Yes.
Honest,
yeah.
Somebody.
This is what you do for calling it out live. Like I don't remember offhand.
Okay.
So
somebody in the chat will be able to help me out.
Again, thank you, Stape, for sponsoring. And then also somebody else put that they were really looking forward to playing around with Stape and watching that session. They put that in the chat earlier. I saw that too, which was good. We've got Zach Randall's got Connecting the Dots. Now he had done a lunch and learn. So those of you that weren't on that, we had talked about this. I want to say it was 2 weeks ago. We did this lunch and learn where everybody showed up. And he was, you don't have to use Listen Layer for this talk to make sense. So he goes through and he kind of shows, here's how you would connect the dots. Here's how these different things sort of fit together so that you can get more revenue improvement from the numbers that we already have. Because there's a big problem in the data world, as many of us know, where we're just collecting data. And it kind of goes back to what Jody was saying yesterday on the privacy talk on the main stage, was about collecting data for data's sake. Like we're collecting it just in case one day we're going to need it. And that's a problem. And there's a lot of people that have still done that. And what he's built is this way of thinking about it, where you can sort of use this framework to connect the dots between some of this offline data that maybe the salespeople have, and how does that connect into the marketing side of your organization, who's maybe creating these leads or traffic and things like that, and really helping to connect the dots between that. So that was the talk back there that Zach has. And thank you again, Zach, for sponsoring Listen Layer and the team over there.
Yeah, and we have tons of other second stage, just to point some out here from the 5 fixes you need for perfect conversion tracking. We have David Peak, how savvy marketing and data layer listeners saved a museum in Africa. So interesting title.
Case study.
Yep. Balash has the power of native data transfers in BigQuery. So another BigQuery talk you might want to check out. Tika and Carly have a talk on maximizing your advertising ROI with GA4 and first-party data. And he is actually somebody from Google who works together with an agency. So that will be really interesting for anybody who wants to get the official side sometimes from Google. And then Rico, a returning Measure Summit here as well, speaker, the MMM, marketing mix modeling tools to set proper attribution. So if you're looking into marketing mix modeling, you might want to check that out. And then Fred Pike, also a returning Measure Summit speaker, consent mode version 2, a look behind the scenes. This one could be an interesting one.
I would absolutely recommend everybody watching this, not just because we know and love Fred, but because of this particular topic. I know we've had a lot of students that have messed this up. We've had clients who have had their vendors come in and set up consent, and then everything went to, just bad things were happening because they didn't understand how it was working. So if this version 2 thing, which happened back in March, April of this year, I would absolutely watch that. When you understand how that thing works, it's so much better.
Here we have the session of Niels.
Talk, yeah.
Manisha is there as well for BigQuery Essentials. Kasim. I'm just clicking through here really quickly because there are a lot of sessions.
There's so many.
We don't want to.
And I also say there's one back there by Microsoft. Colin from Microsoft is back there talking about Microsoft Clarity, one of the most underutilized platforms in the planet, and absolutely needs more attention. So we're happy to bring that as well. And thank you, Colin. There we go. And that's about engaging users with this AI-powered analytics. Clarity is really amazing. You should absolutely look at it.
And I'm just looking for Venyas as well, who's in the chat. So let me see if we get to her.
Look at all the special support Venya gets, because this is what happens when you're in the chat room. There you go. Julian starts skipping through the stuff. That's great.
Replicating the
you can see how many sessions are back there.
ML and AI perspective models by building your own metrics. So really interesting. And she's here in the chat. So if you watch the session right now, you would be able to ask her actually some questions, which would be great. And then Michael, we have Michael here, and JJ, we already talked about his talk. And we'll point some more out as we go. Artie is here from with Data Meet AI. So really an AI talk again that you could dig into. Juliano, into the Dataverse. It's kind of from reference to Spider-Man. Automating your way out of the data chaos across hundreds of websites. And yeah, many more. I think there are more back there. But hopefully you'll stick with us on the live stream, because in just about 55 minutes from now, we'll actually be going live with the talk from Dana Di Tommaso. We already scratched the surface here on some of those that make this actually possible. A big thanks to our sponsors for this year. ListenLayer is our premier sponsor. We have Stape and MeasureU and MeasureSchool who make this also possible. So MeasureU and MeasureSchool being our respective companies, Mercer's and Minds. And
check out the virtual booths for everybody. Everyone's got offers back there. So Stape's got I know somebody was interested in working with Stape, so they've got a discount right now. Go back and take advantage of that. Measure Summit attendees. So you'll see that the virtual booth, which Julian is pulling up, there's a virtual booth. So there's ListenLayers, Stapes, MeasureSchools, MeasureU. We all have offers that are back there for you to get started. And there is, let's see, this is Stapes. Yeah, so there's Stapes discount right there. So you've got coupon codes, but a lot of the sessions, the virtual booths have those. So also remember, if you haven't yet gotten your name into the prize pool, so MeasureSummit.com/hunt. We'll take you to the scavenger hunt forum where you can go through and just kind of answer some questions about the different booths.
Oh yeah, that's
and then you're in there for the prize pool as well. So that's
a little thing.
That's the scavenger hunt.
Yeah, the scavenger hunt is definitely something to check out. But just finishing off our segment here on our sponsors. Big thanks to ListenLayer, Stape, and then our companies MeasureU and MeasureSchool. Just to point out my company today. Oh, I don't have a video on there. Well, I don't actually have a picture. I need to
imagine, if you will, just sort of describe it to us. We'll figure it out. It's fine. Yeah.
No, I mean, I will have a segment maybe later on. Do I have something here? Well, I could do a screen share really quickly. MeasureSchool, we are sponsoring, or we are kind of supporting Measure Summit this year again. And this is the company that I founded, and we have different kind of offerings on MeasureSchool in order to further your education with your digital marketing journey, especially in the realms of measurement, obviously. The newest product that we just came out with is MeasureSchool Pro, which is our pro community with everybody who feels like they should learn from the pros out there. So we put this together in order to connect other people, as I think connection is the most important part nowadays when it comes to furthering your career, because it's not just about like learning the actual techniques is important, but when you have other people to talk to and figure out stuff and grow together, that always brought me forward in my career most of the time. So check out MeasureSchool Pro if you're interested in it. We also have different kind of courses, and actually for Measure Summit attendees inside of our virtual booth, we have a little bit of a discount for a bundle that we put together. So if you're into learning GA4 and GTM at the moment, then maybe check that out. Right. With that, let's go to the prizes. Right, we have some awesome prizes.
Yeah, let's do it
this year. So let me go over to this thing. Oh, this is the winner.
Pat's been the chat room, by the way. Go ahead. MeasureSchool Pro rocks. Very responsive community. Love that.
Nice. Okay, Pat is here as well. And why can't I do this? This is all live. All right.
This is why we do. That's what the whole pre-show's for, man. It's a Measure Summit charm. No pressure. No pressure.
All right. Giveaway prizes. We already started the giving away prizes yesterday. If you were part of it and if you won, congratulations. If you haven't won yet, there are some really good chances that you might win if you go through our scavenger hunt. And then there are prizes like the PS5 from Stape that gave us this PS5, or didn't give give us to us yet. It's more about this PS5 is in their hands and they want to send it out to you. So the value here is $550. So thank you, Stape, for making that possible. We have a complete bundle from the Simmer courses. So Simo Ahava has this company called Simmer, and all of the courses will be in this bundle, so valued at $2,000. Really great value there. We have a seat at JavaScript for Google Tag Manager course, and that is by Julius, provided by Julius. We have consulting sessions by Tika. We have a $100 gift card from Amazon, and digital marketing audit, and many different other prizes that we'll give out today. Let me just click through here. One cool one that we'll be definitely giving away today is Josh's prize, which is a comprehensive paid media video audit. So if you're into that, or alternatively, a custom song for whatever you want. So AI, but just better. It is going to be sung, or I don't know if he's going to sing it, but probably, or rap it. By Josh.
All I kept thinking was like, that's such an impressive, like, regardless of the like, it's the format of it, like just that idea, right? Like this rock opera sort of concept. It's such a cool thing. And I was thinking, like, could we do it like we did it for MeasureSummit, right? What would it look like for other companies that are out there? Like if your organization or you just want to celebrate your team, and you could use that to be like, hey Josh, here's our team, you know, and then maybe do something that's just kind of fun for that. There's so many cool things you could do with that. That little rock opera thing he's willing to do. So I like that he offered that.
Yeah, and one thing that you just saw was also we are still giving out all access passes for MeasureSummit 2024. If you have bought the all access pass, then you will be refunded obviously promptly from us if you win it in the prize draw. So today or right now, let's do a little bit of a giveaway. So if anybody has been going through this the hunt already, then you are already eligible to win, and we are going to give you a selection of prizes. So if you win, you will be able to go through and win either a $100 gift card by Amazon provided by Petri Martin from Martin and Analytics Associates, and then we have a license to Trackolution provided by Annie Silo from Trackolution. Or you can get a 1-year Measure School Pro membership that we are giving away as well here at Measure School. So with that, if you have your name in here, I would need to, let me see, do we have this? No, okay. Let me go back and just put the last prize on. All right. So Mercer, how does the hunt actually work again while I'm pulling everything together?
Popping that in the chat so everybody has access to that. So MeasureSummit.com/hunt will take you to the Google form. So all this is a little scavenger hunt. So there's some questions on that form. You go through, check out the virtual booths, answer the questions. That'll get them through there. You get entered into the prize drawing at that point. And remember, the sooner that you do that, the more chances you have to win, because we have a lot of prizes to give out this year. It's been amazing. And again, thank you to the community and speakers and sponsors and companies and organizations that have donated for this year, because that's what makes MeasureSummit fun, is all this sort of stuff, you know?
So here we go. Here's our little winner picker, so to say. I have all of the names that have entered to win in here with a redacted email address, so we can actually know who it was. And we'll save these entries. And now, let me see.
Let's shuffle the deck.
Yeah, let's shuffle the deck. I don't know if you will be able. Hold on, I will get my sounds ready. Let's play. Can you hear this? Yes. No, I don't think people will be able to hear this. All right. With that, let's just draw somebody right here for the 3 prizes that you just saw. So there was
This is where the fingers crossed. Everybody does fingers crossed.
Finger crossed.
Try to get it done. Shuffle the deck. And the winner is
Nico.
Nico. All right.
Let me do a confetti. Can we do that? Yeah, no. Okay. That doesn't work. That's this one works.
It's especially fun when the stuff that worked yesterday, you know. Yeah.
All right, and we're going to actually draw a backup here. right?
Julian, the prize pack again, just to remind everybody, we're doing is this is for the Measure.
Yeah, this is
Measure
MeasureSummit Pro. This is a $100 gift card for Amazon and a consulting session by
or
Trackolution software.
Trackolution.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's going to be you either choose from the Trackolution software, the $100 Amazon gift card, or the MeasureSummit. Right. Measure School Pro. Okay.
And let's do a backup here for those who are not yet. Well, a backup for once the prize is gone, the other person will get the chance to get one of the two prizes. And the winner is
Nick. If you happen to be in chat, this is the time. And Lorraine, I definitely saw you earlier, so I'm going to be reaching out to you in the chat. Macy is Macy here? Because if Macy's here, you definitely. This is the benefit of being in the chat room. I have to say, is because you at least grab very quickly. You can grab the prize that you want if you happen to be here live. So
well done. Anybody who won right here. Well, it's been Macy and Nick. So congratulations on this one. And we'll give out more prizes over the course of the coming hours, so stay tuned. And if you haven't yet, enter the prize draw by going to MeasureSummit.com/hunt.
Now, I also want to bring up the notes. If you do me a favor, maybe we can share that too. This is the other link. And Venia was mentioning this, just sort of how the notes went. It was really cool to see how everybody went together. And Venia did a lot of the formatting here. So thank you for some of the heavy lifting there. So MeasureSummit.com/notes. This is our crowdsourced notes. The entire community is coming back here. Everybody from MeasureSummit. We had, I was looking at the stats earlier. We had yesterday alone, just kind of meandering through the chat room. We had 2,500 people through the chat room, just kind of go through the chat room. It was really cool. So now this morning it was up to 3,500 because obviously we had the rest of the world rotate 3 time zones and stuff. So I know it wasn't as active overnight because there's nobody literally there chatting. There were some, since the mainstream's down, it makes sense, but it was really cool to see the people going through there. And how many people are checking out these notes, improving things as they go. They're starting to prep some other sessions coming up, which is really nice. We're starting to see some of the second stage sessions in there when somebody finds one thing that they really like. So thank you for doing that. And then this is at the end of this, I'll make a copy of it. Like we'll shut it down for editing, but it's going to be there for this year. So you can go to it whenever you want and just make a copy of it. I would wait till the end, obviously, but once you do that, it's a really cool reference doc that everybody can use from your sessions.
Do you actually use this pages feature? I really like this.
Last year, somebody actually flipped it to pages. We literally just create it and let the community do what they want to do.
Okay.
But last year they did flip it to pageless, and it looked great.
It also looks great. Yeah.
To pages. Yeah.
I don't know if
do that too, but we've done pages before. Yep. You can always.
There's now a page break here, so
yeah,
you can see that. I don't know. Looks okay. Yeah. I don't know. I'm kind of.
Feel free to bring it back if you want to do it if you're old school with pages. I'm used to pages. I'm used to pages and 2 spaces after a period.
Again, in the end, this is an open document. Please be careful with it. At the same time, it is open for anybody to change stuff around, as you have just seen. Yeah. So really great job on this one. And this is not AI generated, I hope so. And we have the real insights from the real MeasureSummit audience here. Cool.
Yeah, we probably should bring back the headers though. So let's maybe take it off pages.
Okay.
Because all the MeasureSummit stuff to go. Fenny was like, yeah, you just took out all the MeasureSummit stuff. They can't tell what it is anymore, which is true because the headers aren't there. Because pages doesn't have headers.
Right.
I guess makes sense, true. Right? Because
it's pages.
Like a single page application never reloads that tag manager container script.
All right. What is going on in the chat here? Killed the MeasureSummit branding. Yeah.
That's what they were talking about. That's what she was talking about when it came into the pageless thing.
Yeah. All right.
But that's why we experiment. That's the whole point. You got to try something out and be like, it didn't quite work how you wanted to. Cool. We'll just reverse it. No big deal. And we keep moving forward. Now, I want to say...
There's one question here from Thomas. Anybody know how long will the finished stream be available without paying the full access pass? Paying the full access pass. I guess all access pass. Yes.
Correct. Yeah. So remember the sessions. So the main stage sessions, the main live stream that you're watching right now, we keep that available for a full 24 hours. So the live stream is always available for a full 24 hours. all of the day one main stage sessions will be available for a full 24-hour cycle. So if it happened to be that it was one started at 2:00 p.m. your time, or even 2 a.m. your time, it'll cycle through an entire 24 hours before it gets locked down for All Access Pass only. That's for the main stage. For the second stage, these are the on-demand sessions that are all unlocked, and there can somewhere over 40 of those. They are all unlocked right now. They are available through the entire Measure Summit event. So that finishes up Friday, and we'll keep them for a full 72 hours. So everyone should be able to watch as many of the sessions as they want available to them, no matter where in the world you are. Hopefully you can watch them a couple of times, which would be great.
Yeah.
So that's how that is. And then the All Access Pass, what that allows you to do is, so next week, we'll go back in and we put in the downloadable links, the audio transcripts, and the audio and the transcripts and all that stuff. All of those additional features pop in for the All Access Pass members as well. So that's another reason to get the All Access Pass. If you ever want to download stuff, you can. It's another way of doing that.
All right. And if you don't know yet, we have a little bit of a social media frenzy going on here called How I Measure Summit. And if you wanted to take a look at how Mercer and I measure Summit, you can go to LinkedIn. Let me just pull it up here, and we would...
And we love seeing how all of you are Measure Summit, by the way. It is really cool. The team loves seeing that too. It's like, it's just so nice when you see somebody enjoying all the work. And this is not just for Julian and I, that we thank you for it, obviously, but just our team, the Measure Summit team that's been putting all this stuff in the background. And many of the speakers are working with Rika. And just to see what everyone's doing and that it's like it's being enjoyed by everybody is super, super motivating. So if for no other reason, if you could do it for that as a personal favor to me, I would love that, because the team just really loves seeing that.
Yeah. So Janice definitely is here watching Measure Summit. This was yesterday, I guess, already. So that's really cool to see.
Wait, what's in front? Is she got a companion that's watching?
Oh yeah, that's true. The Dawn is
Oh, that's awesome. I missed that. I think we saw this one right at the end yesterday, and I missed that. That is cool. See, so she's training an intern.
Yeah.
This is excellent.
Is it actually? No, she's. There used to be a YouTube channel called Datasaurus Rex, and it was about visualizing data with Tableau. I think it was Tableau. And he did a really good job of videos. Unfortunately, he didn't really continue the YouTube channel. I don't think so. But yeah, I was just thinking about this one. Datasaurus Rex, that's kind of the thing. Kara had here a quick post about Measure Summit is underway. And
thank you for helping to spread the word.
She has some great topic suggestions here already.
By the way, there will be a feedback survey we're going to send out to everybody. It'll be toward the end. We obviously don't do it right now, but on Friday when the event ends, we'll send that out to everybody to give us feedback, especially for stuff like this. What are the topics you want? What are the speakers you want back? What are the speakers that weren't here that you want? Maybe some people that to Julian's point, maybe you're following somebody on YouTube right now that we want to see on Measure Summit 2025. We could do that. And we've got Chris's. What are you looking at here? I can't quite read it.
Unfortunately, he's saying, I'm guessing from the lack of mentions of Measure Summit, it's not a widely known event. Oh, that hurts us.
Depends on your market.
But he's watching Julius.
We have a little over 9,000 currently registered, so it's been good. but this is the point: is you want to keep promoting it, because different people are in the market, right? Taking a look at stuff and learning about new things as they go. So people that were in the market last year or not in the market last year may not know about Measure Summit.
And Chris says here, there's a free passes available to watch all the replays. I'm watching Julius talk about JavaScript right now. Look at the picture. He means business.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe it's a little bit small. Let me, can I zoom in here? Let me see. This makes the ad bigger. All right. Let's just stay with this one. All right. What else do we have here? We have Caspar watching us. Just a watch of his screen.
Caspar, thank you. That's awesome.
We have Siavash, who is catching up on Measure Summit, watching the session of Fred Pike right now. So that's good.
Love it. Fred Pike from the second stage, watching Consent V2.
And
that's experts learning from other experts right there. True. That's awesome.
And he's saying that featuring the best Pekingese, it's Susa, the dog of Fred. So we have there Susa. We have Amy, who's enjoying day one of Measure Summit 18 hours ago. This is also
That reminds me of like my monitor. Sometimes I'll have that little post-it note thing everywhere when I'm like, make sure we talk about this or that. This is how I measure something with Julian. We're passing notes back and I do that with the post-it notes. That's awesome.
And then we have Balash. This is how he measures summits in the morning of Measure Summit. So apparently he's listening to us on his commute or so, or taking out his dog. Interesting.
That is super cool.
And Ali has a post here excited about starting out Measure Summit today. So this was a day ago. Thanks for sharing the word, Ali.
Thank you, Ali. Appreciate that.
And then Cindy says, so many interesting sessions this year. Fangirling a bit for Dana Di Tommaso, Amit Vatni, Simo Hava Julius, Juliana, and Siavash. So definitely a fanboy here as well. So it's so great to see everybody talking about Measure Summit. If you have anything to share or you want to share a picture of how you measure Summit, then please post it on LinkedIn and I will pull it up in the next round when we are going through this again. With that, just in 15 minutes or so, we have a session coming up from Dana Di Tommaso on Lucas Studio. Will it blend? Now I need to remember.
Will it blend?
Will it
yes.
blend? And Mercer already talked a little bit about it. It will be a very interesting session around data blending and many different other aspects of Lucas Studio and what you can do. We have 2 Lucas Studio sessions today, so there's also the one from Siavash, obviously the master in all Lucas Studio, and then also the magician, I guess, because he's going to show us some Lucas Studio magic there as well.
Absolutely.
With that...
Oh, look at that, Jessica. I love this. See? Oh, my little chat widget isn't working, Julian.
Which one is it? Jessica?
Click on her comment. Yeah, that is that's awesome. It's like both of these are just canceled. Yay, Measure Summit! That's cool.
Somebody will be biting themselves, but that's great. Wasn't there like 2 years ago? I think there were people like watching it in a conference room or so. They sent us a picture and it's like
there was a whole bunch of people in the conference room having a little watch party, which was awesome.
Yeah, maybe you should have international watch parties with free drinks. So if you come together, that's actually something we could do, like sponsor a watch party. So if you get in a bigger town together with other people and watch Measure Summit, you get a free beer or something.
There you go.
Whoever wanted to. Pat has the video up here. Okay, this is a little bit long for us as a link, but the video link to Will It Blend, that would be a fun one to... I don't know if we would get copyright strike because we're still live on YouTube. So probably we'll play that after the break, after the session of Dana. Maybe that will be a fun one.
Perfect.
To go through. All right.
Betty was saying she's got a picture at 2 a.m. for LinkedIn, I assume. That's awesome. Thank you, Betty, for continuing to spread the Measure Summit word. That's funny.
Let me see if
she just posted
I can
on How I Measure Summit, or hashtag Measure Summit, or hashtag How I Measure Summit. Either one is what we're looking for. So.
We didn't show Josh. This is one that also was found just now. But let me actually go to posts here. LinkedIn is kind of annoying too.
It is it's like you fight the algorithm sometimes. I'm looking for this. It's like, but you really want to see this.
Here we go.
There we go. Oh, that's awesome.
2 a.m. Don't really normally do this. Yes, professional setup. Really nice. And I assume that's where also the session was recorded that you can see on second stage. So definitely check that out. And then Jessica has her
behind the scenes. Jessica
picture here as well. Everybody has 2 or 3 monitors. That's awesome.
It's like a necessary thing now. Like basically, I think for the most part, most of our team's got multiple monitors now.
Hold on. Mercer, we haven't yet reached the point where all of us have Vision Pros. Oh no, what's the Apple product? Yeah, Vision Pros, and then we'll just walk around and have our 10 monitors.
Oh, right, yeah.
And
we're all
our avatars.
We're all in virtual Measure Summit.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see how that goes. I haven't seen too many of those out in public yet, but maybe.
There's also Fred and Susa's
There's
also
that
here.
Pekingese. Making. Does he have 2 computers? He didn't just go with 2 monitors. He's like, I want 2 computers.
That's me.
That's great. Yes.
And Josh is also shouting out
That
his
is
session.
topic, yeah.
So that will be coming up just in a few hours from now. And this was also
There's
Casper.
Casper's
Yeah.
again,
All right.
yeah. So that was great, and thank you all for doing that and continuing to do that. We appreciate it so much. And again, the teams out there looking for this stuff. It just sort of it's maybe you've been on the flip side of that, where you've done so much work and it's free, like, and your boss is happy, which is fine, but it's like when you see the customers happy, it's like, oh, we've made an impact, and that's what the team's looking for. So anytime you're doing that, if the hashtag MeasureSummit, hashtag How I Measure Summit, letting them know that you're really loving all the effort that they put in, because it's the editing of the videos, it's the building out all the session pages, it's the unlocking of stuff, it's the putting all the resources together to make sure that this continues like it is. With Julian's team, all the technical wizardry of the prize giveaway thing and all the stuff that we try to make look as easy as possible is complicated and takes a lot more than just Julian and I. Just wanted to thank again the MeasureSummit team, everybody there, for helping out.
All right.
As we go through.
Just so you know, we are coming up on very interesting sessions. These are sessions from this.
And look who's in the house. Speaking of
yeah.
sessions, Dana just joined. So Dana's session's about to go live in T-minus 10 minutes. Welcome, Dana. We've already had lots of conversations, and we believe it was a Vitamix blender. Maybe you can confirm that. Vitamix was the blender. That was the original thing that kicked off this whole Will It Blend thing. But we've been talking about that for a good chunk of the morning.
Yeah, take your dashboards, put them in the blender, and then see if dust comes out. That somebody should do that.
I've seen some dashboards I would love to throw in a blender. It's just as useful. Some of these that people will create, just deliver information. I never understood that. And then there's Fred. Okay, perfect. Okay, so now we got over there. Sorry, I didn't want to go with your mojo if you want to preview the day.
No, last time. Just in a few minutes or so, we have the session coming up by Dana, and then we'll be talking about in the next session from Lacey about BigQuery, unleashing the power of that. And then the third session will be by Josh Silverbauer on AI analytics, practical uses of AI in analytics. And on the fourth session, we have Siavash Kanani on Looker Studio again, but in a little bit different angle and a little bit more magic, I think, will be in there. And Brian Clifton, last but not least, at closing off the day with alternatives to GA4, and it's not going to be a feature comparison. So we can look forward to all of these sessions just now coming up today on day 2 of MeasureSummit 2024.
And then Dana says she's got a whole folder called Shame. So, because Vinny was like, Mercer, shots fired on these reports. And the Dana's like, I've got a whole folder called Shame where I stick examples of bad reports. I love that. I have never done that. But oh my gosh, do I love that idea? Because I would totally do that. Like, yeah, this one's useless. This one doesn't get anything. Oh.
Yeah, it's like the swipe file for like digital marketers who are trying to collect good ads.
Yeah, exactly. Like bad marketing. Yeah.
They have the swipe file for bad examples of dashboards. I'd love to see that. That would actually be interesting to go through. But it's an interesting one. All right. With that, shall we take a little bio break? Or as we call it, bio break. We call it bio break. That will everybody get your drinks ready, get your notepad ready, or open up the note doc so you'll be able to follow along in the next session with Dana. And then we will also still have tons of prizes to give out after her session, as well as many different other new sessions. Well, more sessions coming up, and this break will also give you a few seconds to take a look at all of the different second stage sessions that are over there, so you can find that in the navigation, as well as the virtual booths where all of the companies of our speakers and our sponsors have some really cool offers for you. So check those out as well. And with that, let's go into a little break and then be back with the talk of Dana Di Tommaso.
And Meddy's in the house. Hey, Meddy.
All right.
Good to see you in chat room as well. Another Looker Studio expert. All right, we'll see you on the flip side.
Hi, I'm Zach, the CEO of ListenLayer, a powerful platform that allows revenue owners to learn the truth about which marketing and sales investments perform so that they can optimize for profits. You see, most companies' marketing and sales teams work completely separate of one another. They use different systems, set different goals, and measure with completely different data. But these two teams really share the same objective: to generate more revenue and to scale profit. The problem is that most organizations have a gap. ListenLayer exists to bring marketing and sales teams together by rallying around one set of data that tells the truth about the effectiveness of your marketing investments and your sales process. With a long history in the marketing data world, ListenLayer is now building an amazing capability to connect your sales data. We'd love to have you join our beta program, especially if you're running on Salesforce CRM. If you're interested, send me a personal email. Use the email address zach@listenlayer.com. That's ZACH@listenlayer.com. I'm looking forward to hearing from you.
Imagine this, a world where your tracking is precise, your attribution spot on, and your data secure, all in one place. A world with no technology hurdles, where things just work. Minimal impact from ad blockers and ITP. Cookies last as they should, and conversions are attributed perfectly. It's all real with State, your solution hub for all things server-side. Deploy your server Google Tag Manager in a few clicks. Use power-ups to filter bot traffic, prolong cookie lifetime, enhance user data, and much more. We have solutions for all popular platforms and can support custom implementations. Gauge server-side impact with our built-in analytics. Set up Meta Conversions API in 60 seconds. All the privacy compliance your lawyers demand, already there. Over 100,000 clients in more than 120 countries trust Stape. Become one of them. Start with a free plan to see how it works for you. Scale seamlessly based on your traffic. 24/7 support, always here for you. Everything you've ever wanted from a tracking tool, now yours with Stape. Join Stape. Stape is server-side.
Welcome back. Measure Summit 2024 continues to rock on. This time we bring to the stage Dana DiTomaso. Now, Dana is the founder and lead instructor at Kickpoint Playbook and president and partner over at Kickpoint, where she helps individuals and teams to do better marketing. Now, along with the team over at Kickpoint, Dana's teaching us how to set goals and track results so that we understand what strategies and tactics actually bring real value. In addition to speaking at conferences about reporting and analytics, SEO, and brand building, Dana is the weekly technology columnist at CBC Edmonton AM, and she teaches analytics at the University of Alberta. In her spare time, I know what spare time, but she's enjoying yelling at football players and collecting hobbies. And today she helps us answer the age-old question, will it blend? So without further ado, welcome Dana to the Measure Summit 2024 stage.
Hello, thank you so much for having me. Yes, and will it blend? I hope people remember the reference, the old YouTube video series for Blend Tech way back in the day. So today I'm going to be talking to you about blending, of course, and specifically blending in Looker Studio. And the reason why I want to talk to you about this today is really there's two approaches to reporting right now, I sense, in the world of analytics. The first one is BigQuery. It's so hot right now because people say all the time, now that we can put GA4 into BigQuery, we can put everything into BigQuery. It's great. You can do anything you want in BigQuery. You can make your report say whatever you want or do whatever you want or put things together all you want. And I hear this a lot from people who do analysis full-time, people who are data scientists. This may not be you. This instead may be you. You need that report right now. You weren't able to sit down in advance and think of anything. And in fact, the board has asked for a report in 2 hours from now. BigQuery is not exactly in the cards in this moment. And you're like, well, maybe I could make some time for BigQuery. But the reality is that your work situation is more like this. Analytics is just one of the many, many, many things that you do, sometimes off the side of your desk, and you never really have enough time for it. So the idea of setting stuff up in BigQuery is just like, you don't have time for that. You just need a report. Or maybe you tried learning BigQuery in SQL and it just wasn't for you. That is totally fair. Not everyone is going to become a SQL expert, and that is okay. Don't let anyone tell you you have to learn SQL. You don't. And the other part of it, maybe you work in an organization where you have to justify the Google Cloud credit card request. They say, we don't use Google, we use this instead. And so you can't get access to BigQuery. You waving your hands around and saying, I need it for like stuff and things. It isn't really a good justification. So some of the stuff that I'll go through in this presentation might help you sell them on